This poem is called LOL. I've seen the best minds of my generation tattooing horned satans on their body temples for a smile or a cringe. Puking, starving, picking at hair and skin after perusing slick pages of sex and socks and perfume samples. Lost in oceans of alcohol, anger, depression, and disillusionment, blaming self for the wrongs of the world, blaming others, spiraling downward. Slashing throats, drinking blood, and desecrating bodies in a virtual reality, so-called, and teaching babies the same. Without jobs, without homes, or ravaged by bedbugs and living off their grandma's social security. Disillusionment that spans years and maybe lifetimes as shadows reveal themselves behind trusted icons. Watching as media once again strips women of clothes, dignity, personhood, and laughing at the jokes because they cannot cry. In hospital rooms, dying loved ones yearning for touch as we thumb our phones, desperately seeking peace. Stumbling bar to bar, poison overcoming bodies, hurling chunks into an alley where the homeless family sleeps. Energy drinks, meth, and Adderall to keep up the pace. Doctor's advice, doctor's prescriptions, possible side effects include numbness, soreness, aches, constipation, and in some cases, death. Fat, fat, fat from the food. Sick, sick, sick from the food. Tired, tired, tired of this fucking food. Finding purpose in DJing, in art, in plants, in teaching, things that don't amount to anything. Roaming the place where California meets the ocean, looking for friends and bud and self, and finding an angel dog instead. Not ever knowing how to talk to strangers, to people, to look them in the eye, not a phone or a tablet, but a human. Wanting to grow up half robot and save the world, join the Army Reserves, get an education. Trapped in debt like Jasmine in an hourglass, waiting for the golden Obama to break us out. Unfamiliar with children and distance from the elderly. Oversexed to all of us, but without understanding intimacy. Inconsiderate, overzealous, lazy, drumming out heartbeats and beating out to debasements. Seeing the stars for the first time. Angry at cancer, at bodies and doctors, avoiding taxes and exes and phone calls. Snorting powders to dance, clean, fuck, steady. You got a little something coming out your nose there. Thanks, brah. Titties and pussies and cocks throbbing, but for whom or what? The constant clutter of ads, deep-throating Coke bottles and thick burgers. Kissy face for the likes, self-esteem for the shares. Broke, always broke. American spirits and endless ganj to ease the hunger. Dead. Dead of drugs and vomit. Dead of cancer too. Used to using peer pressure as an antidote to free thought. Growing up. Waking up. Young mothers with no help, trading baby clothes and harassed still in the streets. Lost and confused by the news, what is true in a newspaper. Trolling, rape threats, no means no, protesting still. Plastic, plastic, who's the king of Plastic Island? Does the recycle truck just throw it away anyway? Mommy issues, daddy issues, finally breaking through into love. Images of draws crushed on sidewalks, screaming mothers, wailing children, shooting zombies / old friends, real or no? Closer with fake people on TV than those on the couch beside us. Stalking, following, obsessing, tightening, unsure. Unconscious of friends and acquaintances hazed. Order pizza, order Chinese, order spaghetti. And don't fucking forget the garlic sauce. Who calls their own mother a bitch? Plugged in, radio waves, telephone waves, microwaves. You only live once. Estranged, shunned, excommunicated, gay turned straight, I'm better now. Please explain why you want to come on my face, sir. Insane asylums and drugs, more drugs. Rehab and drugs, less drugs. Anti-hitchhikers, pro-mandatory vaccine, pro-life, pro-choice, anti-other, looking up to the Kardashians. Estranged from church, yet seeking still. Mind closes around science. Atheism takes its toll. Skepticism, its own fanaticism. Yeah? Well, everything gives you cancer. Trying to keep on keeping on alone, struggling to communicate across a vacuum of smoke and mirrors, tarry lungs, greasy bellies, broken livers, taking their own lives to save face. Seen it all already, what's the point? Building schools in Africa so they can be more like us one day. Holding a man as he dies in a drive-by murder. Post-racism, post-feminism, post-postmodernism, but the cars still have wheels and run on gasolina. Powerless in our own minds, escaping into dreams fueled by dabs and Molly. Half naked for the world to see, for the world to judge, to rate hot or not. Hope for hot, not. Deactivate, deactivate, deactivate. Can't let them see me like this. Microchip would be cool. Overpowered by preachers, by leaders, by celebrities, by it all. Married to have sex and the perfect photo shoot, divorced because it sucks. Pretty little hypocrites, pretty princesses want to be the prettiest. Pretty little princes want the most guns. Can't wait to bed, a robot woman. Desensitized to the max and then some, prepped for the apocalypse for some time now, grew up assuming World War III, a day's wages spent on a movie. Every little girl is Elsa, the cold-hearted ice princess. My generation. Never knowing silence, never feeling stillness, never seeing the Milky Way. Traveling in buses with mangy dogs playing washboards for smoke money. Blaming genetics, blaming the economy, blaming carbs, blaming Congress. Finding that the corporation you slaved for so long wouldn't remember your name in a year, but you'd still be wearing the free Fitbit they gave you for free. Haunted, always haunted by the war, the bombs, the kids, dead and alive, chemtrails by day and drones by night. Look up from your phone, child, and see. Meditate, medicate, heal, feel. Good credit, bad credit, as long as it's credit. The formless, truthless currency, the slave master's entitled son. Even our joy is expressed in their words and song and language, boots and leggings for everyone. The flowers genetically engineered to lack fragrance, a rose by what name now? Your business is important to us, thanks for staying on the line. Smart cars, smart boards, smart phones, smarter than people, we wonder? Who is watching you through your TV or your phone? Who is listening? But it was a kick-ass deal on Black Friday. Stuffing glass bowls and panty pockets when the cops arrive, thirsty for blood. Trying methamphetamine for the first time, giving their eyes to the night sky, suspicious of every UFO, and then writing the secret workings of the universe in the margins of an encyclopedia for 3 days straight. Who opened their happy birthday present, but instead of a card, got a child-written note from a factory in China begging for help for escape. Taking food to get buried in the dump because it's expired, and there's always the grocery store, right? Of course, right. Whose children copy hand symbols from Jay-Z and Queen Bee, unaware of satanic meanings and ritual murder and child sex slavery. Who watch with the world as Katy Perry and all the others do ritual magic, God knows what for, in the middle of the Super Bowl, laughing and dancing beside 5-layer dips and meat from animals so fucked they can't even walk, but damn, that's good breast meat. Who avoid the sun as if it's dangerous and not the source of life on Earth. Pale, acne, never barefoot. Data speeds, eyeliner, and going out of business sales at local shops. Pedophilia and the children can't read cursive, the Constitution's written in another language. Boredom curses the first world, spreading like a plague. Who are too young to recall exactly how 2 planes changed the whole world, but feel in their bones that this used to be a nicer place. Who either give it all up to Rome or who don't and yearn every day, wanderlust overcoming, practical details, worry of money, stealing hope from a world unseen. Who hate what makes them different, calling gifts curses because they're not as seen on TV. Who lost their taste for debate and desire for deep conversation in a dorm room freshman year when nothing was true anymore. Who are unable to birth a child against nature on their backs, so get their babies cut out, sometimes sewn back wrong, and poop coming out their mouths. Better get that shit straightened out before you go home to recover. Wait, take care of baby, wait, and house and husband, and you're fired, bitch. Stay at home, mom. Insomniacs whose parents would never accept a lesbian for a daughter. Who cannot scrub bathrooms or grill onions, for no one taught them how or why. Who know that the people in charge of this chaos of free market society are the men who fly alone in miniature airplanes to molest children in a tent somewhere in Asia. Who catch glimpses of humanity illuminated and echoes of miracles so faint now and easily forgotten. Who give the panhandling vagabonds and charities without thinking. Who wander in winter in a t-shirt, bumming cigarettes and trying to whistle. Who take care of themselves, sick and dying from withdrawal. Who choke each other during sex in an ignorant trauma fuck. Who huff spray paint to deal with the courts and the lawyers and going to jail. Night walking, crunching frosted grass, shiny like the floor of a drag show to 7-Eleven for donuts. Shocked when people are giving without expectation, so used to gifts tied to sexpectations, untrusting, defeated, unaware of their own worth. In a love-hate relationship with each vice. Check Facebook when they're bored and when they're not. Updates so frivolous, status is quite personal. Good thing we're friends. I know where you live. I see where you work. Good thing we're friends in real life. Swipe left, swipe right for a good time. Hitting bongs and playing Magic the Gathering or music all night. Getting baked with their boyfriend's mom and trying to understand how to work a sewing machine or cook shrimp scampi. Good times. Storing books with their parents, records with their friends out west, and donating the rest. Furniture vanishing from the sidewalk out front on East Burnside like the magic it was. Refugees and Muslims, and can CNN just block Donald Trump's number when he calls? Reading and writing spells on their own, rediscovering magic alone. Dancing when no one is watching, dancing when everyone is watching. Giving and taking dollar bills with equal shame and pleasure. Reinventing food and the economy. Living in tiny spaces for humanity, or the earth, or for themselves. Who are here now with a purpose that they feel in their bones. Realizing at last that they're more than they've been told. It was said long ago, for a chance to be free. A warning for them, don't you dare tread on me. This is the dawning of the age of the people. Do you hear me, O young ones? Can you feel me, millennials? Fathers and daughters, O mothers and sons, we rise up together. Viva la revolution.